Hi everyone. Um, I thought to finally get over my fear and start making the videos that I've been promising myself to do for myself, for other people, for the world, for anyone who's feeling or struggling or whatever. Going through some of the things that I'm going through, and this is my first, and this is about depression. On the 7th of September, at 5 a.m. in the morning, as I wake up, as I got ready to go to work, I I was feeling so low. I was in an absolute pit, and I posted, "I am suffering from depression." Um, as I look through my mail and sending myself some of the symptoms of depression and etc. and the research I've been making, I realized that I had mails that I had sent to myself all the way that dated all the way back to 2010 even, and it's something that I wasn't aware of, that I was actually dealing with this for that long. And I thought, okay, it's time to actually share and figure out what's going on, because clearly I can't help myself, nor can I make myself feel better. So let me share it to people and see what their views will be. Honestly, I wasn't even trying to get a whole reaction out of things. I just thought if I can finally voice it, I can finally fight the elephant in the room and address it. As part of my research, I figured I'd start with the beginning, where the symptoms of depression, and it's persistent sad or empty mood, loss of interest or pleasure in hobbies and activities that were once enjoyed, including sex, feelings of hopelessness and pessimism, feelings of guilt, worthlessness, helplessness, and self reproach, insomnia, hypersomnia, early morning awakening or oversleeping, appetite or weight loss or overeating and weight gain, decreased energy, fatigue, and feeling run down, increased use of alcohol, drugs may be associated, but not a criteria for diagnosis. Thoughts of death and suicide, suicide attempts, restlessness, irritability, hostility, difficulty concentrating, remembering, and making decisions. Persistent physical symptoms that do not respond to treatment, such as a headache, digestive disorders, and chronic pain, deterioration of social relationships. That's as far as the list goes. And I realized that I fit a lot of the stuff that's going on in this list, from your emptiness, to lack of pleasure in activities, to deciding to be more out there socially, and not because I want to be social, but because I want to be distracted by what's going on in my life and how I feel about myself, leading to more use of drug abuse. Let it be your alcohol, your weed smoking, um, your snuff smoking, whatever the case is. Um, yeah, my weight goes up and down all the time because I'm not consistent. I gym regularly, but I eat very poorly, which results in bad results for my body in terms of my health and what I'm trying to do with it, and deterioration in social relationships. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people I know rather, and very few friends, and I don't feel like I have any consistency in the relationships I form with the people around me, because it's purely for the fun of that time and not to try really create meaningful relationships from it. I also found that I have a bunch of other people who who are going through the same things, and I'm going to read some of the comments that I got in this particular post that I shared. And in the beginning of my post, I actually wrote the first comment, where it reads, "Most will never know. I am a clown for most of the parts. It's easier than to address the issue. Many come to me for light, whereas I'm consumed by dark. I've been depressed for time now. Someone please save me for once. Save someone be sent to save me. I have the thoughts, the guts, I don't have any. I can't stop it. No, now I have to live it. I am lost. I spend ridiculous amounts of hours alone. While on my travels, I never want to come back. When I pray at night, I plead not to wake up. The loneliness keeps me hollow and without purpose. The irony. Broken I am. The light won't go out. Kind of feeling like Robbie, referring to Mr. Williams, of course. And the messages came pouring in. Um, you are the light in the darkness, is a part of you. Keep shining. I will not read the people's names because I don't think it's very relevant for that, but rather about the commonality that we share in some of the struggles that we go through, feeling that we're actually going through it alone. You and me too. I'm so depressed, drained, down, and out. It's not even funny. I don't know what to do. I myself don't know what to do. No, man, guys, what you're saying is very sensitive, you know. Please seek professional help. This is seeking of professional help because going to a doctor, something else, a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever you call them, name them in the different respects. And it's very difficult sometimes to open up to someone. Sometimes you just don't want to hear what they have to say. You just want to share some of the feelings that you have inside of you. And not all of us are willing to listen or give an open mind or be cognizant of how someone else is feeling. You're already ready to dismiss whatever they're feeling. Like, nah, bruh, you'll be fine. It's just a phase. Is this about money? Is it because you're single? Is it because they try to tie it down to something, whereas it's something that's far deep and embedded within you. Someone shared a video of Be Proud of Your Scars and how Japanese use pure gold to put together pieces of ornaments that have broken, just to restore that beauty again, and to show the uniqueness of that ornament breaking and how beautiful it becomes once it's pieced back together with all this gold. I found it very beautiful and touching because in most cases that's exactly how we feel. We feel so broken that putting ourselves back together or being put back together, we feel as if the scars are actually out in the open and it looks nasty and ugly. Um, then there was one that was shared by a very dear friend of mine that's very, very interesting. He says, let me break it down for you so you can understand what's happening to you. Just something I've realized, my own little theory. Listen, there's something called energy. We all have it within us, but at different levels. Some people have higher energy levels than other people, and the higher energy level of others needs to be monitored, as in, it must be transferred from within you to another place. So people with high energies must include musicians, artists, creative peoples, sangomas, priests, nuns, athletes, performers, etc. High energy people are usually sex addicts, laugh out loud, because sex is a transfer of energy. When the energy bottles up, they get depressed or get diagnosed with depression or bipolar, or they must go twasa. So they must empty it out consistently. So to cut a long story short, you need to get laid, or go release a trap album or paint something, because you've already twassad, you can't twassa again. Cheer up, seek help if you must, but we're here for you. And a lot of other comments were agreeing with that based on how logic it makes sense. But you run a risk also, if it's about getting laid, you run a risk of being all over town if you're a single individual like I am. It's not something you thrive for or you wish for, or your energy levels would need either. I think would contradict what you're trying to actually achieve. And maybe a trap album, I should try it. I wanted to try rapping a bit, whatever, or try whatever that's new for you. That's my clock. It's 12 o'clock on the dot. Um, so I'm realizing that there's a lot of us that are going through these kind of emotions and suffering from this particular disease, condition, depression, and anxiety. And anyone who's interested, please share your comments below and let me know what you think. And thank you so much for everyone who's also been very supportive. I've heard from people that I've never heard from in a very long time. I didn't even think they had my numbers. And thank you for also seeing that we are humans too, no matter what pedestals you put us on, under what titles you give us. We bleed like you, we hurt like you, we cry like you, and we need comfort and to be comforted like you. Um, so thank you so much for watching the video. I know it's long, it's my first. I'll start getting shorter as time goes. I'm already on 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm thinking of starting a group, depression and anxiety group, because I'm not the only one. And depression doesn't have a face. You could look gorgeous, you could look crappy, you could look whatever the part. You're suffering from something. It's your truth. And yeah, drop your comments below on suggestions of how I can go about making this group what will work for most people, individuals, and I'll be very happy to kickstart it. Thank you very much again for all your love and your support. And aikiketse, I'm gonna leave you with one last thing. Straddle on. Struggle doesn't go for long. It comes to push you along, and it's gone when you become strong. I know it sounds easier when you are not the one going through it, but just like the fierce spear tip, go through it and you will see ahead. It is well lit, something like that. Thank you so much for that message too, and take care.